It's impossible. It's impossible. Yeah, it's impossible. Impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. Yeah, it's impossible. Impossible.
I've always been fascinated by rap music. So I thought, geez, what if, I was going to do a Bermudian rap?
It's impossible. It's impossible. Yeah, impossible. It's possible for me to tame my vision.
Yo, so already, don't judge me. I'm gonna say it right now before I even get into it. Do not judge me, all right? So I hit a bus today. Yep, I drove, attempting to maneuver on a narrow road. Somebody basically kind of cornered me in. They coming in oncoming traffic with a dually truck, a Chevy John. That had to be like a 2013, 2014 and up. I said, I dang sure don't want to hit this Chevy because I was driving the Villa bus. The Villa bus is a 12-passenger small junk, and I'm like, I got to maneuver past it. But I was maneuvering past a transit bus out there in Charlottesville, and as I maneuvered past the dually and the transit, because I'm in between the two, I scraped the transit bus. And as I scraped it, I thought, all right, maybe I could just get out the way. But as I scraped it, I broke the mirror on the transit bus. And, it cracked. And, got knocked off its fish, what's they call, fish hook or something like that, a little bit. But, yeah, so I had to deal with that situation. Don't judge me. But it's a message behind it. I'm going to get it to you. Give me a second. I got to drop these keys off. All right, so obviously I'm at the crib now in the office. But anyway, the message behind it, right? So I hit the bus, yada yada, scraped it, boom. Go to the bus, go talk to homeboy. Homeboy was straight, of course. Of course, they had to take the transit bus offline, right? So, we just sharing information. Well, more so, I'm sharing information first, right? Boom. He has to call a supervisor. He calls supervisor pull up with another individual. When they pull up, obviously, my man's had incidents before because they think it's his fault. So I'm just like, oh, no. He was sitting here with one on him. That was more so on me than anything. And I understand. They be like, hey, don't say who is at fault or nothing like that. No nonsense. But I'm honest and truthful. And that's the way I want to live and stand by. That's a message in itself. But anyway, so I was letting them know that, yeah, man, I had to try to maneuver past this dually truck and the transit bus at the same time because the dually truck didn't give me space to actually move and operate. So as I'm talking to him or whatnot, everything's friendly, everything's cool, no tensions, no hostility, we straight. So then I had to continue to wait for officers to get there. There's one of the officers from campus come in, and she comes in, and this is the funny part, right? So she comes in like, I wave her down like, yeah, we right here. So she finally walks up, parks the car, boom, 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 and she's like, okay, yeah. So where's the vehicle that was that hit the transit bus? I was like, first, oh, it's right there. She said, so, oh, where's the driver? And we all looked. I was like, oh, that's me. And everybody kind of laughed. And she's like, oh, this makes it so much easier, right? Because for some reason, it was reported as a hit and run. So I'm not going to go into any speculations of why it was reported as a hit and run. But my understanding is this, that they have situations where they have this happen all the time. And so being that it happens all the time, they have people that decide they don't know they hit something and they keep going. And they got people that knew they hit something and they just take off anyway, right? So with me understanding that or hearing that, I was like, oh, okay, well, that's something that y'all got to deal with. But in this situation, it's not that. You know what I mean? I'm here to get all the information. I'm giving y'all the information y'all need, and I'm expecting the same thing given back to me, right? And so I'm talking to the officer. Everything's cool. I'm letting her know. She get my information. She take it down. She get the registration. She get the insurance information. She shared the same thing with me. Even with her presence there too, I got more information from UVA in itself, so we can do our own incident and accident report. And everything went fairly smooth, right? And so another funny thing was the homeboy thought he wasn't gonna have to drive no more. But his supervisor was like, oh, yeah, we're bringing you another bus so you can continue to drive. And you could just see, like, it sucked all the life out of his face that he thought he had because he thought his day was over. But that's hilarious. I'm going to leave that alone. He probably going to see this and be like, dang, yeah, I saw you, bro. I saw you. You was happy not to drive anymore. But it's cool, though. It's cool. Hopefully you didn't have any other incidents, you know what I mean? But if you do see this, I seen you. I seen your reaction. But anyway, it just like everything went through well. The officer gave me information. She's like, you know, it's a minor incident or whatnot. It's just be a traffic incident or whatnot. Instead of them talking about hit and run. And you know, it just took it from being on this level to this level, all because I stood on principle. I stood in just in true character, and I didn't shy away from the issue. I didn't shy away from the challenge. I saw it through. You know what I mean? It could have been a situation that was hiding and became something so much bigger if I continued to drive off and go park somewhere and not come back. But instead, I came back. I was a man of principle, of good standing, and I let them know the situation. I told them very detailed information. I shared information willingly, and I also collected information willingly, and I did it all with general good mannerisms in itself. So I say it's a message in this and all of this because the way that things were handled and the way that I went about it is the way that I received their energy back. You know what I mean? If I would have been hostile and aggravated or something like that, then that's what I would have got in return. And no telling what angle that would have been on, and it definitely wouldn't have been a great angle to have my students end up waiting on me and hear that I'm in a situation frustrated with a supervisor on campus and a transit driver and an officer. You know what I mean? I have to live to set the example. And when you set the example, doesn't mean that you are neutralized to making mistakes. It doesn't mean that that won't happen to you. You still gonna make mistakes because you're human. You're still gonna have situations that happen because you're human. You're still gonna fail. You know what I mean? Just because you are a leader, just because you are in a position where people look up to you, it does not mean that you walk a perfect line or that you act like that you're perfect, because nobody is. And that's a false identification, a false hope that you give somebody if they think you or perceive you as being perfect. Even if somebody think you are perfect, you want them still to understand that you make mistakes and you have challenges just like any other individual. So for me to walk through it, see it through, and be able to tell this story, laugh and joke about it, yeah, but to tell it and share it and say I was there, I didn't leave, I gave information, I was mannerable, I was nice, and I got received everything back that I gave. And share that with a student that may be dealing with anger issues, frustrations, not being able to communicate with someone, behavior issues when they feel like they're wronged or unable to take accountability when they actually do something. To share that with them, that could be empowering for them. You know what I mean? But at first, I have to be and stand on principle, and it has to be up to me first as the individual to do that. So I wanted to share that with you. Hopefully, you know, it blesses you. It gives you some insight, some perspective that ultimately motivates you, inspires you. Really, man, I want it to be something that you can just learn from, you take from, you watch this video, you share it. Hopefully it touches somebody else, not just to motivate you, but to be like, okay, I'm on the right path, or this is, hey, maybe this is what I need to do or whatnot. Because motivation wears off, that's straight up. Inspiration wears off, that's straight up. But being driven, having purpose, and being reminded of it is something that you can take with you. Because even if you forget this, maybe it give you a reminder of a seed that's already planted within you, a mission that you already have, or a reason that you're driven, and it keeps you going. You know what I mean? So if you like it, please share it. If you got a comment, please share the comment. Tell me what you think. I'm even going to upload the picture, so you probably see it afterwards. Either afterwards or you seen it already in the video of what happened to the mirror and whatnot. But other than that, man, it's nothing that can stop you from being great. Only you can stop you from doing that. If you choose to be great, then that's what you are. If you choose to say you suck and that you're a loser, then that's what you are. Ultimately, it comes down to what you believe, what you see, and how you gonna go about it. So tell me how you gonna go about it. How you gonna live? How do you want to be remembered? I choose to be remembered by legacy, living a life of greatness and quality, and living life to a standard that can be held high for those that come after me. Tell me what's up. Yeah? You know?
For me to live my dream and think about the bigger picture, I say it's impossible. Who say you can't? Who say you can't do what you do and live your life in advance?